Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
two
crazy
ketos. Welcome back to the channel.
I definitely look like a crazy keto leaving Walmart in Northport, Florida earlier today.
Rachel hit the mother load
I
today.
hit the jackpot. Like, I don't think if I handed you a baby that I had birthed and put it in your arms, would you have made that adoring face that you made when I handed you that clearanced out corned beef?
It was awesome.
So I went in because I had to pick up some stuff from Lowe's. And because we live in a small town, sometimes you have to go further than expected.
Our Lowe's is 35 minutes away.
So it was a little bit of a drive. And so I thought, Joe goes, while you're down there, take a look at Aldi, see if they have any discounted corned beef.
Right.
And so I was like, okay. And I went in and they hadn't put anything on sale.
Neither did the one in town.
And so I thought, you know what? Probably this is going to go nowhere, but I'm going to go ahead and check the Walmart. So there was a big Walmart in Northport. It's beautiful. And so I went in and I checked the meat department and I didn't see any corned beef at all. And I thought, man, there's not even one. There's got to be one. Usually you see them stocked year round, right? So I go on a little bit of a hunt and I thought, I bet if they are clearancing it out, they put it into like that refrigerated section that's like the middle deep freeze that you reach down into. And didn't see him. But this was a big Walmart. And I thought, I'm going all the way back to breakfast because if they really want to get rid of them, they're going to put it with like eggs and orange juice. And sure enough, there they were, an entire case of them, $2 a pound.
Rachel calls me and she goes, how many do I buy? I'm like, every single one of them. Every one of them. And she's like, really? Every one? And I'm like, yes, buy $2. Where do you get beef for $2 a pound? And it happens to be my absolute favorite cut of meat.
Your birthday came early.
So like she comes home with, what was it? 86 pounds of corned beef.
Yeah.
86 pounds at $2 a pound.
And I mean, God is so good. Like, I am so thankful for a sale, right? And so I'm checking out, and we have a credit card that like gives you back money.
It's a Chase double points.
And so I'm thinking this is the greatest thing ever. And the lady, because it was at self-checkout, but the lady is like looking at me like I'm the reason why you've got eyes on self-checkout right now.
Did this bring back the memories of when we would go and buy like 50 packs of Oreos when they were 50% off? But it was meat.
It was like I was able to redeem the experience, right? So the lady's like, wow, seems cheap. And I did leave 3 corned beef.
Because they weren't on clearance.
Because they were double the price. They wanted $4 a pound for those. But yeah, so she was like, wow, this is amazing. So I go to put my card in and it says, well, it looks like you have $20 in bonus points. Would you like to use that toward? I was like, dude, I just brought down the amount of money again. So yeah, it was basically $150 for 86 pounds of beef.
That was awesome.
The canner is a working.
Yeah, now I wish I had the bigger canner.
Off.
And it's funny, I was going to actually order the bigger one. And then I'm like, I'll wait. Now I wish I didn't wait because it would have been here on Tuesday.
You know what?
I'm still I think I found one that's on clearance. It's like $150 off, and then I'll sell the old one.
I was going to say, the deal we have. Anytime you have a new gadget.
Yeah, so we will be canning a lot of meat because I don't have enough room in the freezer for 30 corned beefs, and these are huge. I mean, I'm getting like 4 quart mason jars from one of them.
It's just,
and by the way, most of them are flats.
I'm so thankful. Sometimes, and I think, I hope that this would help somebody that, maybe you're going through something right now. And I have in my mind what victory looks like, what a good day looks like, right? And what would a good day look like? I don't know, hitting a lottery with like a whole bunch of money, right? That looks like that's a good day, right? But today, it was not that I got more money. It's that I got more value and what I had stretched. And I just thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, God is so good.
So welcome to our Thursday live stream. If you are new here, our Thursday live streams are just our chance to hang out with our subscribers and answer questions about keto and carnivore. So if you have a question, go ahead and type question and then whatever your question is, or use the super chat function. When you do that, it benefits the channel. We really do appreciate it when you do that. But more importantly, it's going to highlight our screen so that we don't miss your question. We answer as many as we can, but I don't want to miss it if you do have a question. If you guys don't come up with a bunch of questions, I have a controversial topic to talk about.
So I see
which
Tony
you saw.
has a question.
I did see some questions, and I think I wanted to answer. There you go. That was the question that Tony had the other day, and I was going to email you, Tony. So Tony wants to know, what is the difference between a dry sauna and an infrared sauna? Which is better for you? Okay, so a dry sauna is just going to be a sauna. Like, there's no moisture or anything usually. It's, I think, miserable. I'm just miserable in a dry sauna. Infrared saunas, there's a lot of different kinds. Like, if you go on the MSCC shore, they have some infrared saunas where they just have infrared lights, but there's not a bunch of like dry heat. You know,
it was like the stones were.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. For people who live in Arizona, you'll understand this. I went to Scottsdale, Arizona once in July.
Well, Tony's lived in Arizona.
I know that. It was the worst experience I have ever had because I felt like when you opened the door, you were sticking your head in an oven. That's what a dry sauna feels like to me.
So do you think that it's more a case of preference over which one is better for you?
Okay.
For us, we do not really enjoy not having, like, sweat for us is the resolve of the sneeze. In order for me to feel relief, then I almost need to sweat. For Chris and Miriam, who live in Utah, it is miserable the other way around.
Right.
For them.
Now, you also have, like on MSC, they have the saunas where it's a steam sauna.
Right.
Which you thoroughly enjoyed.
Because they have a little hose there, and
so
when
it's
it's
a sauna,
too much, you can wet yourself.
But then they have like a shower that you can kind of shower on yourself. Rachel really enjoyed that. Which one is better? That's kind of questionable. Here's the thing about all of these things. And I know that some people are not going to want to hear this, you know, especially companies that like to sell things that hack your health. But all of these different things, whether it be grounding or red light therapy or spending $10,000 to put a hyperbaric chamber in your house,
it's a lot.
They have a tiny impact, but there's so many other things you should be working on before that.
Right.
Like I would say, if you got your diet perfect,
like Tony does,
if you fix everything else in your life, like before doing that, I'd be buying whole house water filters, for example, because again, when I talk about this all the time, you're showering in water that you wouldn't even want to swim in, and yet you're showering in it. So I would be looking more at that, getting rid of you're going to have a much bigger impact on your overall health, dumping all of the plastic that you are cooking in.
Right. But
and bottled water, one of the worst things for you.
But if Tony is going on a cruise, like I believe Tony's going on a cruise,
enjoy it and don't think about
do both.
What's better for you.
Yeah, I would do both. And honestly, which one feels like relief to you? Because I think a big part of using the sauna is that quiet self-care, the knowing that you are present, working on your health. I think that is a big element of it, that you're like, I'm in this moment right now. And I think that does a world of good for you too.
I will say, I mean, I know, Tony, you've got like the Ori experience when you go on the 2KK Getaway. All of that stuff is included in the Oria. And so I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, if you were going to ask me about the hacking of your health with all of these different things, and then we'll get into other questions, I think that the one that you're going to see the most benefit from is the one that most people probably don't want to do, and that's cold plunge.
Right.
Cold plunge can really help you. Now, I wouldn't go spend $1,000 on a cold plunge machine. Just maybe buy a few bags of ice and throw it in your bathtub and sit there for a while. But that will have more benefits than like red light therapy or something like that, because what it can do for your metabolism and kind of get you going. And so I think that would be the better thing. Carrie has a question. Is the Presto meat canner okay to use? They have good reviews. It is cheaper than the All American.
Good question, Carrie.
So listen, here's the thing. The All American is just the gold standard.
His mom has the Presto.
My mother has the Presto.
Uses it all the time.
The Presto, I almost bought a Presto. But me, I'm always like, I want top of the line. I think in the future.
That's how you married me.
So the Presto has a silicone seal. So it's just something that you have to maintain. You probably have to replace it every once in a while. And then also with the Presto, the gauge is your only way of really doing the pressure. And so you're really supposed to calibrate that gauge every once in a while, whereas you don't have to worry about that with the All-American. It's just got a weight and you're just going by the weight. The biggest reason I bought the All-American, if you want me to be honest, is Rachel was terrified of pressure canners. And when she saw the All-American with all the screw things on top, she's like, okay, there's no way that thing's going to fall apart. The lid's not going to fly off on that.
Likely to blow my face off.
So the All-American is the gold standard, but the Presto is really good. And I've actually thought about getting the big Presto because the All-American is very heavy. And so anything over 21 quarts, you don't want to put it on a glass stovetop because by the time you load it up, it could weigh 60, 70 pounds. And most glass stovetops are only rated for up to 50 pounds. So but if you got the Presto, literally you can get the Presto 21 quart for like $170, and you can buy the 16 quart for like $120.
Wow.
Compare that to an All-American. The All-American is like $330 for the one that I have. And so, yeah, if you want to do any kind of canning, I think the Presto is a great one. And there's even another one on the market that's like $100 that it looks identical to the Presto. You can buy it on Amazon.
Matt says, I want to say thank you for the support and encouragement in the past few days. Well, it is our great pleasure. We love you, buddy. And just thankful for your friendship.
Trish said, I just checked my Walmart. Corned beef is $2 a pound.
Oh, it
jumped. I'm going to go back to it. Let's see.
Yes.
Check my Walmart, $2 a pound. I don't have any room in my freezer, but y'all might want to check your local store.
Great.
Yeah, when Rachel came home, I said go to the one in Arcadia.
Ours didn't have any in our local.
But again, like now it's like, hey, how many Walmarts can you hit tomorrow? Like I can just can for the next week.
Again, we used to do this when we were buying junk food.
Yes.
We would like go from place to place. I can remember like going, even getting, after whatever holiday, tableware and, storing that. So it's really nice to be able to really redeem that because I was thinking that when I was checking out, I was like, well, this is very different than an Oreo haul.
Trish got 14 on sale at Aldi. See, our Aldi did not have them on sale.
They did not blow them out at our Aldi. They were still the same price. And I will say that like I just had to look because they had both. In fact, they had the more expensive one. I always reverse them. Is the point the more expensive or the flat? Point or flat?
Flat's normally more expensive.
Okay.
It's the more desirable piece for most people because it has less fat.
And I was surprised that I got a bunch of
Now,
flats.
I will say that they were all labeled flats, but as I've been cutting them open, there were a bunch labeled flats, but they were the points.
Meaty.
And so, but
or
again, I like the fatty ones. Some people don't like them. Generally, you pay a lot less. Number one, because they're less desirable. And number two, because the fat shrinks away. You want the fat.
When I would lift it up and be like, what it was priced was like $25, but now $5. I love it.
Stacy, thanks for the $5 super chat. Have you built your Quail brooder? Lockdown is coming soon. We have 2-week-olds in the brooder with 150 in the incubators. Yikes! No.
We have moved the others. So in a pinch, we at least have a place for them.
We have a couple of places to put them. Yes. And then we're going to be hanging out with the kids for Caleb's birthday
on Saturday.
And so I'll probably be working on that like next Monday. The interesting thing is I have games like every single day. But I've been doing a lot of different work this week. We're really working on videos and things like that.
But at least we have places for them.
But we have places to put them. And then I can probably get the brooder itself. I have a brooder. But where we're going to actually keep them, I can knock that out in a couple of hours.
I just wanted to say I love seeing how well you're doing post shoulder surgery,
yes,
Stacey.
I know you're struggling, but we
oh
are
my
praying
goodness.
for you.
I'm just like so happy. And you look fantastic. You don't look like somebody who just had shoulder surgery.
Dustin said sauna, if you actually use it, you'll get a great amount of benefit.
I know Donna Joe loves hers.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Robin said, when ribeye was on sale a couple years ago, I hopped store to store.
Yes. I mean, if we find that, if we also see like a ribeye sale, like, you know, your girl's going to be hitting that, right? Me and Robin, we've got each other. We'll probably see each other in a store because we'll be going across the state trying to find
Sabrina,
ribeyes.
I sent you a Mighty Networks message about needing help to change my credit card for my monthly subscription. Can you send me the instructions? Okay, yeah, I apologize. I have not even been in Mighty Networks. I've been so busy this week. So I will definitely, I'll take a look at that for you.
We've got some cool videos coming out, though.
Andy said, Susan would love to get a meat slicer, but I told her it's not in the budget right now. Maybe one day. Makes cutting up ribeye steaks a little more symmetrical and even.
Definitely. What that Meet Your Maker, I think sometimes has like a
food slicer. I would not go with their food slicer. You can buy them on Amazon.
The metal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking of some of the other things that I got. Like I got the meat grinder.
Okay.
Yeah. Trish said we had a good prep day. Turkey, vegetable soup, yogurt, chaffles, and PSMF brownies.
Set for the weekend. Now, don't forget, we are going to be celebrating John Weiss's life. And if you can comfortably, have a barbecue, have a picnic, play some board games, and snap a picture of you and your loved ones and just say for John and put it in our Mighty Networks or in our Facebook family group so that Lydia, his wife, knows that we are there for her while they're going through this really tough season.
Yeah, Tony said, yes, the heat in Phoenix area in the summer is like walking into an oven. That is like not my deal.
I almost got like dehydrated on that Lake Powell houseboat. And
that was bad.
We're on the boat with the makers of Salty, and they must have told me like 100 times, don't you think you need another electrolyte? And I'm like, no, I'm not even sweating.
No, in your defense, that was before Salty came out.
It was, but we had keto chow drops.
We had keto chow drops. We had Element.
And I was like, no, I'm not even sweating. And it was 120 degrees, but I wasn't even sweating. And see, we can make rookie mistakes. And I guess you had looked at me and was like, you need to go inside and go to bed. Yeah. It was bad. I think I woke up like 3 hours later.
Hope said here in Vancouver, they didn't have any brisket or corned beef on sale anywhere. It's so disappointing. I was disappointed when I came home this morning. I ran out to get it and couldn't find it. And then
sometimes
Rachel she had to go pick up something for me for Lowe's and she hit the jackpot.
I just needed the win. You know, I'm married to somebody that is just really talented, and usually the wins, I share the wins. Like when he gets done with the brooder, I will share that, you know, or when something is renovated or a video is done, like I get to partake in that.
Right.
But today the win was all mine.
I have to say, I've been working really hard to not drink a lot of soda.
Yeah.
Like yesterday I had 1 can, which is amazing for me. I've been doing a lot of my electrolytes. I've really been following my own advice with electrolytes. And
can we talk about how I see it?
Well,
does anybody else
it's not even that.
Like I see it coming off of you.
So I wake up in the morning, I start with my electrolytes, which is something we've generally always done, but then I'm drinking one when I go to bed, and I'm drinking them throughout the day along with some water, and I drink some iced tea and things like that. Here's my favorite side effect of really getting on top of my electrolytes again. I don't have to get up all night long to go pee.
Really?
Yeah. I don't have to get it. When your electrolytes are balanced, you don't have to get up and go to the bathroom as much.
Huh.
Your body can regulate with the sodium. And so generally I would get up 2 or 3 times in the night. Like Rachel will tell you, I would joke with her all the time. Can I please have like a urine bottle?
No, you may not.
I don't want to get up out of bed.
No, we're going to go ahead and
she actually bought me one as a gag gift one year and told me I was never allowed to use it. But ever since I got my electrolytes like on point, I've got my sodium. I'm probably around 10,000 milligrams of sodium a day right now.
Wow.
I don't have to go to the bathroom anymore at night.
So this was part of the thought process into getting the mattress we currently have, because you feel the other person even less. And yes, Joe getting up to the bathroom used to aggravate me, but now I don't feel it. But I will like cheer you on in the fact that you don't have to get up so many times, even though I can't feel you when you do get up.
Rita said, I just placed a delivery order for 2 corned beefs on the sale price.
Nice. I'm so glad. That just tickles my heart that anybody would be able to get like a deal. I'm so excited.
Robin said, I thought I'd try a red light nightlight when my dog wakes me up at 3 a.m. to go out, so I don't have to run and turn on the bright overhead
That's
lights.
Not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea.
She said, I did get the drink package. I did not get the drink package on the cruise last week, and I spent less money on soda than I would have if I would have had the drink package. I limited myself to 2 a day. So
I was talking to Laura. She said I could share this. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. So, our friend Laura, who's in the Two Crazy Ketos family, she went on a cruise last week. She went on a celebrity cruise, and, her roommate had gotten the drink package. So she had to get the drink package. And she was like, kind of bummed about it, because she's like, I'm not really much of a drinker, but I paid out the nose for this thing. So now we're going to use it. Okay. She went on a cruise with her friends who all play euchre, which is like, I guess, a card game.
Okay.
I've never heard of it before, but obviously it's very popular. And so she was like, okay, so she'll drink like a dirty martini, that sort of thing. So she was like, I happened to put on a CGM because I wanted to see what was happening, because she has been like carnivore for like a while now. And so she was like, unbelievable. She was like, I was drinking like maybe 6, 7 a day because I'm getting my value out of this thing. And she's like, my blood sugar actually went down.
That would make sense.
And and she was like, and it was like, I couldn't get drunk, which usually when you first start keto, that's like the thing. But she's like, this is my hypothesis. So she's not a doctor, nurse, or health professional. But when we were chatting today, she was like, I think it has to do with the fact that my liver really is been healed and is doing really well. And I am not giving it so much work to do where I'm like constantly overloading it, and it can efficiently deal with alcohol in the very little bit of time that I interact with it.
I don't know about that. That might be a stretch, but
I thought that was really interesting though.
Okay. Nancy said, Rachel, do you only use beef tallow on your face? Do you still use the Redmond's face mask?
I do use the Redmond's face mask. But that's just to like wash my face. That I don't use that nearly as frequently. Beef tallow every single day. And I will tell you, I put it on my legs too. During the winter months, I didn't like shave my legs as much, and I had grown like my own pajama pants. And so once I shaved my legs, I thought, dude, I probably need to like extra super duper pooper moisturize these guys. And so I started doing that after I shaved my legs, and there's no going back, baby, because it feels really good on my face, but it also feels very good on my legs as well.
I saw a question. Oh, Sean said the pocket catheter was tempting when I was peeing every hour on the hour. Glad I don't have to worry about that anymore. The damn diuretics.
Yeah. Right.
Stacy said the doctor said to keep doing what I'm doing and keep my salt intake up for my low blood pressure. I will be gifting her some Redmond salt, little steps in converting them from the standard American diet to the proper human diet.
Stacy, you are like, there is no advertisement for keto like you just going through what you've been going through, and you are just healing. I'm sure that they're just like, how the heck is this woman recovering like she is?
Right.
I mean, I think that's, I'm sure for Kenneth, it was the same way as like, this is your best shot. And when people who see people go through surgery, every day. You're seeing people go through surgery. You're seeing people try to recover. You're seeing people going through, you know what I mean? Like, physical therapy, and they're having like tiny, tiny health, where things are getting better, but it's taking a long time with a lot of effort. Then you have some keto or carnivore person plopped in their examination room. You can't ignore the difference. Right. I mean, it is so, so strikingly different.
Okay, I want to talk about today's topic since nobody's got any keto questions. But before I do, I just wanted to remind everybody, the 2KK Getaway Cruise, October 4th through the 11th.
This is for you, mommy.
So we have, I think, 10 cabins left.
Yes.
We are losing 75% of the cabins the first week of April. So if you are on the fence, you need to get signed up, because after that, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to have to pay whatever the current rate is for that cruise.
Right.
And you won't be included into the group because of the way they do it. Now we'll be able to import you into the group, but we have to jump through some extra hoops, and you won't be getting the same price that we're getting. So we want to make sure that if you're interested in going, I'd love to be able to get to like 80 to 85 people. I think we have like 76 right now.
From 1976.
So, but
that's again, it. Forget it, Mom.
We're going to be losing the cabins that we have in just a couple of weeks. So now is the time to sign up.
Now is the time.
I will also be sending out, probably next week, we'll start sending out a thing. Once we get closer to final payment, that's when we're going to collect the $50 per person to cover like the extra things that we're going to have on the cruise. So we'll be sending that out. We're also going to send out a question for everybody of which logo for the t-shirt.
Yes.
So we're working on a couple of different logos. And so we want you guys to help us pick which one, because we're going to actually have a shirt this year.
We're going to have a shirt. Look at us moving on up.
Okay. So since nobody's asking questions, I was in the store.
Okay.
And when I was in the store, I just get furious when I'm like looking on an end cap and see keto bread.
It's everywhere.
And here's what I'm going to tell you. Store-bought keto bread is a scam. It is not keto in any way, shape, or form. Now, I want to be clear and say there is no such thing as a keto food. There are keto-friendly foods.
So is it friendly?
So it's just like there's no like carnivore food. There's carnivore-friendly, which is meat, right? But when it comes to keto, you hear people, well, this is a keto food. No, there's no such thing as a keto food. It is a keto-friendly food. There is nothing keto-friendly about these store-bought breads, okay? And they are manipulating you and manipulating the numbers to get you to buy it. But I wanted to talk about why they are a scam. And then we'll talk about what you can do instead. But while we're talking about this, here's what I want you to do. For those of you who have had a keto-friendly bread, or what they call keto-friendly bread, or the wraps. Now, I'm not talking about something like the PSMF bread, but you can even add in there. But for those of you who have had that, have you noticed that when you begin eating these keto-friendly breads, even PSMF bread, have you noticed that your bread cravings actually got worse?
Yes. Well,
that's what I want to know.
Well,
because
we had
that
to stop
is one of
making
my
it.
things is that these keto breads make you
conveyance.
crave bread. And we found that even with PSMF bread, which I think that, listen, if you want bread, the gold standard would be some version of Maria Emmerich's PSMF bread. Now,
Neely's.
You can do, like I do it by adding in some butter powder, but in the end,
butter powder.
It's butter, it's maybe some egg yolks, some egg whites, and that's it.
Sure.
But the more ingredients you start putting in, like chaffle's not a bad idea. Chaffles are good.
Chaffles are awesome.
Eggs and cheese. But when you start getting these breads, you're going down a rabbit hole, and you'll quickly, for many people, just start buying regular bread, especially because of the price. But here's what it is with these breads. The problem with them is most of the brands are using modified wheat starch and resistant wheat starch.
modified and resistant. Those words, those adjectives are so
Misleading.
marketing.
Yep.
They're just such a, like, that is something you can imagine the focus group where they're in the advertising, agency, and they're like, we've got to be like, this is wheat, but not. Like, this is the same, except different.
Right.
And so modified and resistant sound very much different.
Here's the thing. While technically some of the wheat starches are resistant,
right,
most people experience really significant blood sugar spikes within 2 to 3 hours after eating it.
Isn't that like diabetic candy?
So, yes. So Steve has noticed that. Serious Keto. He tests all of these things. God bless him. I will not do that. People have asked us to test these breads. Number one, I won't subject myself to it because I know what they're going to do. Number two, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of beginning to eat bread because I was a bread lover.
Was really your thing.
But if you see the label and it says modified wheat starch, or if it says wheat in there, it's not really keto friendly because it's wheat. So the scam with it is your body is still going to be treating this like a regular carb, even if the label is subtracting things to get to 0 carbs.
Right.
Now, the other thing is to make bread feel real.
Yeah, because that's the problem, right? That's why you would want it over like the original PSMF bread, is because you're like, ugh, this feels not right.
Well, you have to have starch to have bread.
Yeah.
So to make it feel like regular bread, they started using vital wheat gluten and wheat protein isolates.
Yeah.
The problem with those is it's basically a loaf of concentrated gluten.
That does not sound okay.
Listen, gluten is not good for anybody. It is a toxin. Like a little bit here and there. I mean, and that's the thing is that everybody that's on keto is pretty much not getting gluten. But overall, gluten is a plant toxin and not good for us. So they're putting in vital wheat gluten. For anybody that has even a slight gut sensitivity, that's going to lead to really bad inflammation and joint pain and like bloating.
Right.
And so if you are keto, you already will end up with a sensitivity to it because you haven't been having it. And so it's going to cause all this bloating and inflammation.
Well,
even though it is a vital wheat gluten.
Well, and what I've noticed from working with coaching clients like over the years is once they start buying that loaf, it becomes a regular part of their grocery list. And they typically at least have a sandwich or two every single day. Even if before buying it, they weren't somebody that's like, I need a sandwich. All of a sudden they're like you were saying, do they crave it more? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it's like, I need grilled cheese sandwiches every day.
Now, let's talk about how they make it keto friendly, okay? To get the carbs down, what they do is they pack the bread with synthetic fibers like inulin and soluble corn fiber, and oat fiber.
Yeah.
Okay. The problem is when you eat 2 slices of bread, you are giving up you're generally getting like 20 grams of fiber in one sitting. For most people, that causes really bad disaster pants, and it causes gas, and it causes cramping and bloating. The reality is it's not natural fiber.
No, it's a processed bulking agent.
Yeah.
For real.
It's fake. And that's why we tell you all of those fibers, soluble corn fiber, oat fibers, inulin, do not count that. If you're following net carbs, which you shouldn't because net carbs is a made up thing and not real. But make sure you're counting that fiber because you're just going to send yourself down a bad path.
Well, and on top of that, you need to check the labels because most of them are still using like soybean oil or canola oil to keep the bread moist and shelf stable. So you're giving yourself a ball of gluten with a soybean oil chaser. Like that's not great, right?
So here's what I'm going to tell you. Stop buying keto breads. It's fake.
Yeah.
It's
Sadly.
And it's garbage.
Yeah.
Now that I've done that, let's see like how many people have unsubscribed.
Right now.
Okay, I'm going to go backwards.
If hiking during hunting season is a hunting area, how much orange do I need to wear? Would just an orange hat be enough?
You want me to be honest? As a hunter, if you're going during hunting season, I would
jumpsuit.
like get everything orange.
Orange is the new black.
I mean, there are technically
Halloween
like
costumes.
how much you're supposed to wear as a hunter, and it depends on the season. But if you're going out there, I would cover your body in orange.
Yes, because I love Robin and I don't want any part of her body like in the crosshairs.
That is just something like I would absolutely do that. Andy said, I'm anxiously awaiting my order of Granny Smith apple salty.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes, let me put that up there. If you didn't know, I don't have a picture of that, but
they actually sampled it at the COSI.
Yes. So Salty came out with the Granny apple. They just renamed it. It is the same stuff. I don't know why we're calling it Granny apple, if you want me to be honest. Chris is not in here, but it's not green apple either. Green apple should be sour. It's not sour.
Apple juice. It's apple juice.
It is, to me, apple Jolly Ranchers.
It is very appley.
It's like a candy apple.
I honestly believe...
I guess candy green apple. That would be a Jolly Rancher.
You could transition a child off of apple juice with this salty.
Oh, yeah.
It's that much of a lookalike.
It absolutely beats my grape. It is absolutely the best flavor they have.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, so if you use our link, you'll get 10% off. Mommy said, I got the card ready to book tomorrow.
Good job. I know she's not on the fence about it. She was just like, okay, I'll get to it. But I'm telling you, this year has like hit the turbo button on months. Like it feels like it was January forever. And you're like, wait a minute, we're almost done with March. What happened?
Rita's got a good question. Why do so many influencers say not to buy Kirkland butter? I looked at the ingredients today and it's just cream and salt. I don't know. If you want me to be honest,
there was like
there were a few videos. Benazotti had one.
Saying it had,
I think if I remember, Bella had one, and I think we're going a little. Again, we can't be perfect. We can't be perfect. I mean, and I'm not knocking them because they had some really good points in there. But some of it came down to, like, is there underhanded stuff behind the scenes?
Like the cream or something?
But I use whatever cheap butter I can buy, unless I can make my own. I would love to make my own. I've thought about I used to make my own, and I've thought about doing a video. But really, you need cream. So you can just buy heavy cream in the store. But now you're back to, like, any ingredients that are in the heavy cream. The best way to do it is get raw cream from a local farmer. But local farmers generally don't want to sell raw cream because they're keeping that stuff for themselves.
Right. Around here, we have like a large Mennonite community that sells a lot of products.
You can buy milk, no problem, but very difficult to get cream.
But they also have like an ice cream place. So they're taking all of the cream and they're making ice cream to sell. And I don't blame them. I would do the same thing.
So, I mean, you would have to watch like Bella and Benazati's video, but I don't think there's anything wrong, in my opinion, with the Kirkland. When you're buying butter, what you really want to do is just look and make sure you're not buying like vegetable spreads and things like that. I mean, are there better quality butters? Absolutely. Like, if you're buying Kerrygold and stuff like that.
I am still.
But how much are you using and how much money do you want to spend?
I have been looking, Dustin, for the mayonnaise that you talked about because they're supposed to be getting better for like remember how like the avocado oil mayonnaise, there's supposed to be one that's like
there's no way better. Of knowing.
But so far, I have not found it. I have not seen it. And I was in the store again today trying to look for it to be like, and it was still a blend.
Yeah.
A blend of avocado oil and canola oil. And that's really what I look for is if, I'm going to read all of the ingredients. And if it was like, okay, it's cream and salt, and then they have some long word that I don't understand. Okay, why is that in my butter?
Yeah.
That's when I'm going to be suspect of it.
See, I kind of get on the outs with some people in like the carnivore space and even like the upper end of the keto space, because I'm going to tell you, like, listen, grass-fed, grass-finished beef, if you can afford it, that's great. But the benefit is only marginal.
Right.
It really... The better reason to buy grass-fed, grass-finished is because generally it's going to come from a cow that's been on pasture all the time. I mean, all cows are grass-fed, okay? They're just, how do they finish them? But the health benefits are only marginal. The better benefit is actually for the cow itself. you know, when you look at like Peter Ballerstadt has talked about this a lot.
The sod
If
father.
you can afford grass-fed, grass-finished, go ahead and buy it. I like to buy whatever I can from a local farmer, but when I get beef for $2 a pound, I don't care where it came from. It is still
wrong side of the tracks,
better
cow.
than eating the standard American diet. And that's how I feel about butter as well.
Most of our cows have tattoos.
Yeah, it just...
because they're rough.
Do what you can. If you can afford really expensive Amish butter, go ahead and buy that. But if you're like me and butter cost is going up and you go through a stick or 2 sticks a day in your family, then buy whatever cheap stuff you want to buy, so long as the ingredients are just salt and butter.
Yeah.
Or you know, salt and cream.
I do not crave bread even after PSMF. I love the Carnivore Angel recipe for Hawaiian rolls. It is Maria's recipe with a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've made a couple of, we've done a few of those. We just stopped making videos because we were eating it so much. But we had a bunch of different recipes we made with the breads.
Ours was not.
We just went over the top with it.
Ours was, so what was the craving? It was more like a snacking. Like I had kicked snacking. It became a drive-by. The day, but because especially, you know, it's funny, but sometimes it matters like how your house is laid out. The way our old house was laid out, you have to go through the kitchen
to get everywhere.
So you're coming in through the garage,
kind of like this house,
kitchen. You're going through to my bedroom, kitchen. You're going to go see the boys' kitchen. You're going to the studio, kitchen. So it was like, so when it was out, we were just drive-buying. We were snacking all day long.
Absolutely.
And I wasn't snacking before it. But there is something, especially if you grew up with bread, it was at every meal. And a lot of it, I think, came from, the World War I and World War II generation where you do not waste food. So why was bread always there? Because you were expected to clean up your plate with the bread. I know that was something that was really important to your grandfather as well, that it was like, no, you're not done. I see sauce on your plate or I see residual food. Yep. And the bread was there to like make sure you don't waste anything.
Hope said, thankfully, I've never been a huge bread eater, so I don't have an issue with homemade keto bread.
Good.
And neither do we.
Homemade.
Homemade is good. If
Very
you want to
different.
buy, again, look at the ingredients. If you're making it home, or even some of the ones that are generally available online when they're made with like flaxseed and stuff like that, that's fine. It's just when they start adding wheat ingredients, that's the stuff that you should be sticking away from. And for us, the PSMF bread, it's not that we really had a bread craving. It's we became a snacker person, and it was really just a conveyance for butter. And we were doing it when we were eating on beef, butter, bacon, and egg. We're like, well, look at this.
Technically, I can have it.
And the next thing you know, we were eating a loaf a day. And the problem with that is a lot of people who were overdoing PSMF bread, they were beginning to get like egg white issues.
Yeah. Don't we just have that personality that's just like, if 1 would be great and 5 would be awesome, then 20 would be just right. That was kind of like, there's really nothing wrong for people who are in their home making very artisanal, like sourdough bread. But me and Joe look at each other and, it's been a hit. It's almost kind of like gone down, but for a while, it was like all you heard about was sourdough bread, and it was like everywhere.
Right.
And now it's kind of leveled off a little bit, you know? But when it was at its height, we were like, and both of us were like, you know what? Just don't bring it in the house.
If you want me to be honest, okay,
we could eat a loaf of it.
If I would consider making sourdough bread for us.
Sure.
If I was in Europe.
Right.
But I'll be honest and say, like, if you are a keto carnivore, listen, nobody in the United States be eating bread because the wheat in the United States is garbage.
But
that is why people can go to Europe. Yeah. You really can't even import the wheat that they have over there. And so if you can get that wheat, you could probably, once you've fixed your metabolic health, you could probably have a slice here or there.
No problem.
Sourdough does have some good benefits, But when you add in the wheat that is here available in the United States, there's no such thing as ancient grains in the United States. It's marketed as ancient grains,
right?
But
ancient being
it's not really
1970s. Am I an ancient grain?
Hannah said those breads do make me want to eat more. I have to skip them, and I think that's the case that most people have. Storm Chasing Gal, no unbun. I have not looked at the ingredients in unbun recently. When we first tried them, they had good ingredients, but again, I don't know if they've changed the ingredients. I think Steve likes them, but again, I haven't.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. The first time I tried unbuns and we saw them, the ingredients were good, and I think we did a video on them and we approved of them, but we just don't buy them because they were expensive. But again, I don't know if they've changed their ingredients. I see so many companies change ingredients to save money.
Lilies.
Rita said, I've never had keto bread, but now I know of a couple people who do use them. I looked at the carb count and it was like higher than regular bread or wraps.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where I noticed that years ago, and I've talked about that like you'll see low carb tortilla wraps have more total carbs than a regular tortilla wrap.
Right.
Storm Jessica said several unbun bread and bagels in the freezer. Again, if I remember right, they have good ingredients. Carrie said, I'm carnivore and I don't eat bread.
Okay.
But again, PSMF bread is carnivore.
Yes.
So there are carnivore breads. We made a chicken crust that is carnivore.
Yeah.
So you can make carnivore bread.
Okay. So Dustin said the Hellman's is being sold at Sam's. Okay. So I need to check Sam's, and it's the same as Chosen, which is awesome because usually Chosen we reach for in a pinch. It just seems like for whatever reason, that's the avocado oil mayo that's at whatever big box place we're at.
Okay. Carrie said, Joe, I know you and Rachel aren't doctors and nurses. I have edema in my ankles and lower legs and I'm trying to get rid of it. And the electrolytes I made are working.
Great.
Okay. So I don't understand what your question is.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah. But I'm saying he said he have a question.
Oh, okay. But making them yourself is fine.
I mean, making them yourself, make sure you're getting the right ratios. Again, as you watch that video, it's not just about electrolytes. It's about having the right ratios of electrolytes. Nancy said, I was given a green apple salty this weekend. I'm so excited to try it.
Trish said, did you watch the Westman Berry Baker conversation regarding seed oils? Interesting take. Short story. Bad news is not backed up by research. Better to focus on lowering carbs.
Yes.
I love that.
I have not seen the video.
I've heard Dr. Westman talk about that.
That's the biggest argument from people is that, well, there's no real research. My thing is it's not a natural product. Like when you look at avocado oil, can you make the oil by literally squeezing it? Like I'll even get on board with peanut oil because we know peanuts are full of oils. You can't get corn and squeeze it. It has to be processed by heat. And so to me, anytime it's got to be factory processed and use heats and bleachers and things like that, it's not something that you should be putting in your body on a regular basis. For me, personal experience, if I overdo seed oil, I immediately get joint pain.
We had to stop getting those Winn-Dixie chicken wings for that reason.
Yeah, Dustin said it is green apple Jolly Rancher flavor.
Oh, she said great. He's team grape. Granny apple's very good, but let's not get crazy.
Even Chris says it's better.
He likes grape.
Chris Bear, grape, and his favorite two flavors were grape and blue slushy, and he says green apple is better than both.
Ugh.
Granny apple salty.
Yeah, it does suck that hunting season and hiking season in Florida are the same time frame. That's true.
Well, because who wants to do either one of those in the middle of the summer?
They all want to be cooled off.
That's like when we tried to go tent camping in the middle of the summer, and immediately we're like, yeah, this does not work.
Right.
Bob said, I was told I have a bone-on-bone in my shoulders and my knees, but keto has helped me with the pain. I'm 75 years young.
That's good.
Nancy said, yes, keto bread raises my sugar. It makes me want more. I've never found a good keto bread that doesn't taste like choking styrofoam.
Right.
I love doing Sean's chaffles a lot of the times.
Yeah, I'm telling you what. I mean, and they're tasty. And it had been a minute. My mom made some when we were listening to Nancy get interviewed by Cindy Jamanchi. And I was over at mom's house and she was like, well, I'm going to make some chaffles. And I was like, okay, it's been a minute. And they were delicious. I'm like, why don't I make these more?
Erin, what is your favorite pasta replacement?
Hearts of palm.
She said hearts of palm, etc. We just don't replace pasta.
Yeah.
The closest, I mean,
Miracle noodles.
We've done miracle. I don't think Miracle Noodle is at all a pasta replacement. It tastes horrible. It's slimy.
That's your opinion.
And they don't fill you up, and they're ridiculously expensive.
I like them.
I would say the closest would be, and it's not much of a replacement. The closest would be to use. I
know the
spaghetti squash. I have taken
spaghetti squash is good.
I have taken whatchamacallit, egg white wraps, like and then
now
I'll slice
noodles.
those and boil them. That kind of work. I actually have a recipe. We've never made it, but it's something I just kind of worked on, but I didn't think it was anything that anybody would want. Is I have one that I had come up with, like literally using carnivore, where it's egg and chicken, and when you slice it up and boil it, it does come out as a noodle.
You should do that.
Our favorite thing to use where we want noodles would actually be for lasagna, and we have a recipe for that where we literally just use meat and cheese as the layers, and it fools most people.
Right, but if you're looking for like spaghetti,
we don't really have a pot. We've just learned to enjoy meat.
Joe clearly has thoughts about Miracle Noodles, but I like them. So, because the reason why I'm not as much for the hearts of palm is because they taste like
Anthony loves the hearts of palm.
He likes hearts of palm, but to me, they're too like pickled. So they have too much of a strong taste and don't become like a background. They take center stage. And so the hearts of palm just don't work for me, but Anthony freaking loves them.
Hope said, I don't like the taste of grass-fed, grass-finished beef. It also isn't fatty enough for me. Also, I can't afford it. I agree. And so we actually have talked about this. When we were looking to buy a whole cow
here in Florida, it's more for grain finish.
You cannot even find grain finish from a local farmer because it's too expensive to import grain into Florida. We have pasture year round, except for when we just had a massive drought. But we have pasture year round. And so it's cheaper to just grass-fed, grass-finish. The problem is it's not as fatty. It's not as marbled. It can taste just as good, but it depends on the pasture that they're being raised on. And that's what it really comes down to. That's why you have to go to your local farm. Now, I would prefer to have grass-fed, grain, non-GMO grain finished if you can find it, because that's the real problem with grain finishing. It's the GMOs in the grain. Fun fact.
You can't get restaurant.
No.
A grass-fed, grass-finished cow does not produce a restaurant quality meat because there'll be
restaurants that sell it. But fun fact, there is no such thing as a prime cut of grass-fed, grass-finished.
Isn't that funny?
So everybody talks about, I want a prime cut and I want it doesn't exist because the prime rating has to do with the marbling, and a grass-fed, grass-finished cow can't get the marbling that is required to get a prime label.
Because that's
all best. That choice in prime. That's all about the marbling. Let's see. Nancy said, Matt, I was just thinking tonight, I want to make Sarah Joy butter mayo. Yum. I love it as my favorite mayo.
That's good.
Trish said, this is the first time I did not buy Amish butter at Grandpa's Cheese Barn when traveling through Ohio. Price went from $8 to $10 per pound. And I just couldn't.
Oh, man. That's a bummer. Because if you've got like, hey, if I'm traveling this way, this is where we get this beef jerky or this or that. Like, and then you see, wow, it goes up that much in price. That's a lot.
Tony said, I found this new brand of avocado mayo, and by Better Body Foods, it does have one of the ingredients says coconut palm sugar, but it, of course, has it as 0 carbs. This new brand tastes so much better to me.
Nice. Is it more like a Miracle Whip?
So there's probably a touch of sugar in there. It really good. Yeah. It's going to go by round up. So plan on it being 1 carb.
Yeah, but I bet it, does it taste more like a Miracle Whip than mayonnaise because of that?
Bob said, has your pond refilled? Oh, not even close.
But we have had some rain.
Maisie can walk across it.
But we have had some
We
rain.
need like a month straight of rain every single day. And when I say rain, I mean like 3 or 4 hours of rain every single day for a month to even put a dent in our drought right now.
Stacy says, how do I get past the imposter syndrome? I haven't finished my primal health coaching classes as I don't think I'm good enough to help others. Stacy, here's how I'm going to answer that.
You never will.
You need to see yourself like I see you and how you see me. Like, I have imposter syndrome too. We all do. We all think that we're inadequate. Like, there's always times that like you're trying something new and it's hard.
Well, that's why I'm saying we all have imposter syndrome. And if you don't have imposter syndrome, then there's another issue that you have.
You may be too big for your britches.
I'm going to be nice. But basically we all don't think we're good enough.
Sure.
And so I actually am going to say it's a good thing. You just have to learn to manage okay, I was officiating a lacrosse game the other day and the coach made a big deal about a call that I missed or somebody else missed. And I finally went over to him and I mean, this was a team from like Quebec. And I went over to him and I'm like, listen, the day I do a perfect game, I quit. And he was like, well, no, you need to be perfect. I'm like, there's no such thing. And then I had said to him when he was talking to me nicely after the game, or actually at halftime, because after the game, they had a brawl and we left. But when I was talking to him at halftime, I said to him, like, here's the thing about being an official. On an average game, I probably make about 300 decisions / calls. If I get 4 or 5 of them wrong,
it's pretty good average.
That's a pretty good average. When you say that's like a 99. If you get a 90 in school, it's an A. If you get a 90 out of 100 on a proficiency exam at work, you get a raise. If I get a 99 on my officiating for the day, I am the worst official in the world.
Because you get that one at 70s.
So the second that you think that you are good enough, that's where you're going to end up with other issues. So understand you're never going to get past that. It's how do you manage it? Understand that like I do have things that I can offer to people even while I'm working on myself. If I went by like I have to be perfect, we wouldn't even have a channel.
No.
Right? I mean, it's just part of life, and take it as a good thing that you don't think that you are Superwoman.
Because that means that you have a heart for the hurting. So I think sometimes if people think that they're perfect or like they've got it all together, then how can you reach the person who is down and needs you to help lift them up? If you're like so high up, like you just think that there's nothing, you can do. In fact, I would say you need to finish your primal health coaching because there are hurting people that you are going to have the care to reach that other people are not going to stop and bend down and notice. Like your heart is so big, Stacy, and you are just such a precious lady and so tender. And I think that there's a lot of people that really, really need your help.
Okay. Lolo just want to dance with me and I don't dance.
Wow. Who's to say she wants that?
I'm just saying.
That award.
Because Lolo just had my back. Miracle noodles are horrible.
I've never heard. We have been to so many weddings, and I'm like, it's a wedding. Can you please dance with me?
One dance.
And he's like, no. Oh, for my birthday, do I get a dance?
No, you always get one dance. It's got to be a slow dance because I can like sort of do something.
We're in middle school, and like we're on like I'm on his shoulders like this. I need somebody to dance with somebody. I don't need to feel the heat with them, but like I need to dance with somebody.
Spaghetti squash with buttercream sauce and a bit of Parmesan on top.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah. Let's see. Nancy said, sorry, Dustin, it wasn't Miracle Noodles I've seen. Egg Life wraps, pasta. But it's expensive and I don't think it's worth it.
Gab
and that's
is
the problem.
here.
Most of them are not worth it.
Says, hey guys, I'm a fellow Floridian. Yes, the drought is crazy. I just wanted to say I watch your videos and feel like I'm hanging out with my cool aunt or cool uncle in it. It feels very cozy and family vibes. Well, thanks so much, Gab. I really appreciate you for being here.
Where in Florida are you,
Yeah.
Gab?
We won't stalk you. Don't worry.
I just found out recently somebody is like in DeSoto County. I'm like, we live in DeSoto County.
Down.
Like, Sean said, now I have 6 Sigma math going in my head right now.
Yes, you should.
Shimmer of Diamond, Chosen Foods has complete avocado oil mayo, is at Costco and some Walmarts. Yeah, we actually just bought some. In fact, it's on sale in Costco for $3. At least it was the other day when I was there. It was $3 off in Costco.
South Florida.
The problem that I have at Costco is that everything is regional. I mean, now, if you have it, it will be on sale if it's still on sale. But I don't like the fact that what's in our Costco is not in a Costco, say, in Utah. I think Utah would have like Primal, whereas we get that. But again, the problem that a lot of people don't understand with avocado oil is a lot of the avocado oils on the market are not really avocado oil, but the label says avocado oil. And that's what we're talking about. That's where Dustin is asking about their avocado oil mayonnaise. It says it is avocado oil, but a lot of companies are marketing their avocado oil as avocado oil, but it's not really avocado oil.
It's really a box of
it's blends, but they're not putting it on the label. And that's the problem.
Newman.
So, and that's where, like, you don't know what you're getting. So I'm like avocado oil. That's our preferred oil when we're using oils. I just understand that I'm doing better than if I bought canola oil.
Right.
And that's how I feel. Gab said, if you're ever in Miami, please come take some yin yoga with me and be my guest and have a spa day.
Oh, we would love that. Yeah, that would be fun. I would love that.
Oh, she said she's in South Florida and doesn't drive.
Oh,
we're down there all the time.
Yeah, that's nice.
The boys all live down there still. At least 2 of our boys
was on sale in New Hampshire Costco too.
Yeah.
Good.
So, like I said, I don't know what is today. Today's Thursday. What day I was there? I was there Sunday when I went and picked up the pigs.
Oh yeah.
And I grabbed, you know what?
I'm going to have you not with me?
One bag. I don't know why, but we do like to have a bag or 2 of the Real Good Foods chicken tenders. I don't know why, considering the amount of canning that we've been doing over the last few weeks, but we just like that. Every once in a while, you want that
put it in the air
breaded
fryer.
Chicken, and we throw them in the air fryer. We usually keep them in the RV. And so I'm like, we don't have any. And I don't buy them locally because they're expensive. Well, I bought a bag. And then when I go to check out, it was $5 off a bag. I'm like, well, if I would have known that, I would have bought more. But I wasn't going to go wait online anymore.
But have you noticed, has anybody else bought that chicken, the Real Good Foods chicken strips, and you buy it from like Publix or Walmart in like a normal size bag?
It sucks in Publix and Walmart.
And then you get it at the Costco bag that's like a great big bag. They're different.
They're very different.
They're very different.
Walmart and Publix are scamming you. So you buy the bag.
But I mean, the chicken doesn't
store.
even taste the same.
Well, the chicken tastes the same. It's just, so you buy the bag in Walmart. And the chicken pieces are this big. And I'm talking about the strips. I'm not even talking about the nuggets. The strips are this big. And then the bag is 50% crumbs. Then you go to Costco and you get, for $4 more, 3 times as much. And every chicken strip is like this big.
Boat.
Right? Like you need 1 or 2 and you're good.
Okay, so
and it's only $4 more. Like right now, it was $10 a bag. That's how much it costs in Walmart, and it's double the size.
If you do eat those chicken nuggets, am I the only one who always wants the last serving? Because I also want to fry up all of the baglins.
Something's wrong with you.
And eat the baglins.
Okay, Jazzy said the Chosen Foods mayo at Costco is on sale until the 29th. So the whole month.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it is a Costco sale. That's not a regional sale. I bought 2. There's still 1 in my truck.
Yes, eating the Real Good nuggets from Sam's.
Yeah, any of the big box stores have it. Anthony said Costco had prime ribeye, $14.99 a pound.
Yum.
Yes, I saw that, and then I was you had to buy the whole. If it's the same that I saw, you had to buy the whole prime rib roast, and I was like, I almost bought it. I did almost buy it and come home and slice in the steaks. The cheapest one in the freezer was $160. And I'm like, I just can't.
Ouch.
I just can't. You know, I wanted to make meat thins. So I bought a pack of shabu shabu, and I was kicking myself the entire time for spending $10 a pound on that.
You should. As well, you should.
Because it's just like the beef prices are insane. I love beef, But when I can raise chicken and now we're getting ready to do quail, now we get beef again because we only pay $2 a pound for it.
So Hope said hubby just brought home some Wendy's burger patties for dinner. Gotta go.
Well, we are getting off anyway. Matt said I love the real good chicken strips. They are
They're really good in the air fry.
Okay, so we're going to get off. So again, if you're interested in going on the cruise, make sure you go sign up. I do want to leave this. I need to tell you guys.
Okay.
We had a meeting on the phone or like online.
Yes, we
with
did.
Carnivore Bar. Oh my gosh, we are so excited. That's what I'm going to say.
We are not allowed to say more except for
I am just
it
is a game changer.
It was bad because it was a video call.
Yes.
And as they're sharing the information, my mouth is open.
Nope.
It's like
I'm leaving it there. No more. No more.
Okay.
No more. I'm excited. Okay, so again, sign up for the cruise if you're interested.
Yes.
We will be back live on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then we have a vlog coming out tomorrow.
Mañana.
Right?
Yes.
And anything else?
I love you.
Everybody have a good night.
Have a great night, guys.
Bye.